I don't know much about the politics in Japan, but I do think recreational marijuana use is legal. How do I know? Look at this, the Tamiya Comical GrassHopper. As if the grasshopper wasn't comical enough, we needed this version. All kidding aside, did you ever imagine what it'd be like in a board meeting with ideas and saying, hey, I got an idea. Let's take this chassis from 1980, stick it on a new chassis, shrink it down, make it funnier looking, and then let's sell it. Who comes up with those ideas? Tamiya does. And that's why you gotta love them, because this stuff comes out of their factory. And if you're a racer, shut your mouth while we do this review, because this would be awesome with about 10 of them on the track. So let's look at the chassis. It's a WR02CB. I had to look at that while I was reading it because every time I mess up, you Tamiya guys get me. But it's a off-road chassis with independent front and rear suspension. Fixed links, so you can't really adjust stuff, but you don't really need to. The battery sits way up top, right under the speed control that comes with the kit is the full battery. Big negative, Tamiya only allows you to put a round 6 cell, not 7. But the nickel metal hydride battery's in there. You can't use a LiPo in here. Why, Tamiya, why? Who knows? Update the chassis. But overall, it's a very simple chassis, and we put a super expensive servo in there. Speed. Well, we're not going to talk about speed yet because it really doesn't have it. But if you're looking at the front and you need some springs, we got springs. That bumper can ram into a building at the top speed of maybe this goes 12 miles an hour. You'll have no damage. I did have a newbie build this, and you can see there's a mistake in this photo that we didn't realize until we drove it, and the front hinge pin fell out. Oil covered shocks. Oil filled, not covered, but standard. That's a surprise for a Tamiya kit. 540 motor. It is not breaking any speed record. It is the old school motor that's been around forever. It goes, it's not fast. If you're gonna sniff around the rear end of this kit, you'll see that the 2 double exhaust pipes actually hold the battery in, so you have a quick release battery system which allows you to take the battery in and out of the kit without taking the body off, which is good because we did notice that with the body slammed down how we thought it should be run, those little side flares rubbed against the tires, which we had to bend them down. I don't know why, maybe it's supposed to be jacked up, but who knows. It is fair to mention that a lot of Tamiya kits come with oil-filled shocks, but the lower end models that still come with plastic bushings, you can see them here, fixed links, seem to have friction air damper shocks and they bounce around, which would have made this a little bit more fun with the exaggerated movements, but hey, oil-filled shocks, that's a bonus. Look for my fat shadow later, but it's still right there. Now, let's get to the review of how this drives. It has a giant, massive boner in the back, a wheelie bar that should be on a NHRA dragster going 400 million miles an hour. On the back of this, it's comical because I didn't really get to do wheelies. In the dirt, not enough traction to shift the weight. In the grass, where I took the grasshopper, it did get some traction, but it wouldn't hold a wheelie. It would do a wheelie. Did it need a 12-foot extension wheelie bar? No, it did not. But that's not the point, because it's supposed to be comical looking. Suspension-wise, you can see, it wasn't that bad. It's a super short wheelbase, turned on a dime. The high center of gravity meant that if you tap the brakes, the thing would spin around in a circle, which was kind of fun. Which leads me to sum up this review as, go out and have some freaking fun. Tamiya makes a lot of kits that aren't going to rip up the racetrack, set low lap times, but they're fun. And even, as I said before, a bunch of these on the track together, racing, bouncing around, being goofy, pulling a little bit of wheelie if it can every once in a while with that stock motor. That's fun. Check out the review, Velocity, RC Cars Magazine, issue 35 or something like that. But it's a magazine, download it. We got words in there, videos. You learn a lot. It's only $10 a year. For crying out loud, go subscribe. Open diff doesn't always work. Check it out.